Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Cynthia.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We are going to make something really neat today. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
It looks
super cute.
really complicated, but it's really not. It's not too hard to make. Would you like to see how to make it?
Absolutely.
All right. So, this umbrella is using all different colors, but you can actually make this umbrella smaller or even bigger, any color you want. The things that you're going to need are the colors of paper, preferably not too thick, because we're going to be doing folding, and if it's too thick, it's a little bit harder to handle. And the bigger you make your umbrella, the easier it is to handle. But before we get started, I want to introduce us again. This is our second session with Exceptional Craft Corner. So welcome everyone. I'm Cynthia Wilson.
And I'm Stacy Curl.
And we are Systems Navigators here at headquarters, USAREC headquarters here in Fort Knox. So we like to do this craft corner to encourage you kids and your parents to get together and do some fun things together. So today, or actually last time, we made these really cute little bookmarks. Stacy showed me how to make those, and I just think they're absolutely adorable. So what you'll need for today is, of course, glue. These are little skewers, or you could even use chopsticks. If you ever get chopsticks when you go to the Chinese restaurant, do you like Chinese? I like Chinese. But you can use those chopsticks, or you can use these skewers. And if you can see, I actually cut the tip off about to this length to use. I found that it's easier to roll the paper around something rather for the stem, but you're going to leave a little at the end to curl it. So, and I'll show you that once we get to it. So I'm going to make mine using my favorite colors, pink and purple. This one was all different colors, which is really nice too. But you could even use white, plain white paper, and color it, make designs on it before you fold it, or even after for that matter, and just be real creative about it. So what are you going to do? What colors are you going to use, Stacy?
I think I'm going to use orange, this bright green color, and a blue.
That looks great.
3 colors.
So some other things you're going to need is, of course, some scissors, and make sure you kids get your parents to supervise you or help you with the scissors. Something to draw around, and like I said, since your umbrella can be all different sizes, this, like if you have a little paper plate or a plastic cup you can draw around. I had this cup in my office, and it's kind of heavy, which was really something sturdy to draw around. And it was about 5 inches across the circles that I'm going to make, where a cup like this is about 3.5 inches across. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be folding it down, but it makes that size umbrella compared to this size umbrella that I made making the circles with the cup. So first thing we're going to do, Stacy, is you have your little stick there. Okay, so we're going to set whatever you're going to draw around on the paper and make your circles.
Can I borrow your pencil?
Sure can. I hope you all are good about sharing at your house. So I can actually fit 2 circles on one page, and it looks like you're putting several, but you're going to need about 11 circles You can do 12. I'm gonna actually do 12 circles because when I close up the umbrella, I want two opposite colors to match up. And so you would kind of need an even number. Okay, so here's an idea, an easy way to cut out your circles. Once you make a couple circles on a page, or however many you're going to make, you can stack a couple pieces of paper, kind of make it easier for yourself, and then cut around your circles, and you're actually making double, cutting out double rather than just one at a time. So it saves time. So we start by cutting out the circles. While we're doing this, I thought we'd get to kind of get to know Stacy a little bit better. Stacy has kids.
I do.
How many kids do you have, Stacy?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
Yeah.
How many boys and how many girls?
I have 2 girls and 1 boy.
Wow, that's neat. So what are their ages?
The youngest one is 5, and then
Yeah.
7, and the middle one is my boy, and then the oldest is 13.
So you have a wide range age of children.
Mhm.
That's neat. So what kind of things do you guys like to do?
We enjoy working with plants, planting seeds, doing crafts, of course. We like going out hiking, going to the creek and hunting fossils and geodes.
Oh wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, we really enjoy it.
I remember getting outside a lot as a kid. I didn't realize it at the time as a kid, but all that time that I spent playing outside was actually very educational and very good for me to do.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
learned a lot of things. What are some things that you and your kids have learned through all your playing outside and exploring and things that you do?
I've learned a lot of things, a lot about plants. They're always asking questions about rocks and different plants and how to grow things. They really enjoy finding seeds, growing things from seed, figuring out how to make cuttings of plants grow. That's another thing they really enjoy doing.
Wow, that's neat. Do you find that the more you do like that, the more you learn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Experimenting probably?
Yeah, and then everything that you learn, that kind of continues to grow, and then you explore more and you're able to learn more.
Yeah.
So,
So what's some things you've done that you found your kids and you have found interesting that has worked for you?
we enjoy taking seeds. Like, one of the favorite things that they enjoy doing is taking seeds out of like apples and lemons that we used to cook with, and even from restaurants. If you have a lemon in the drink and there's a seed, we have to take them home. And then if you
Wow.
soak those seeds in water for a period of time, you can peel the outer layer off, because normally those seeds need a cold period. It imitates the winter time. But if you soak them and take that outer, like on the apples, it'd be the brown part off.
That shell-like, yeah.
You can then fold them up in a moist paper towel in a container that gets no light, and rather than having to wait 6 or 8 weeks for them to mimic the winter time, it tricks the seeds, so they'll go ahead and grow usually within 2 to 3 days.
That is really interesting. I have never heard of that. I've always heard that you have to literally put them in your refrigerator for like 6 to 8 weeks and all that. So you're saying if you can soak them in water for a while and you just kind of like peel off the outer shell of the apple seed.
Yes. Yep. You just peel it off and then put them in, and they'll start to grow inside the paper towel. And then once they get big enough, you can plant them over in dirt, and you'll have an apple tree or a lemon tree.
That's really neat. I just learned something new. Wow. it sounds like you and your kids have a lot of fun experimenting with things and trying things like that. You've learned a lot. That's a great thing that you've helped your kids to have an interest in those things that'll help them the rest of their life and grow up enjoying the outdoors and nature and learning how to grow seeds. So that's neat. So when you get your circles, you're going to need, like I said, anywhere from 11 to 12 circles like this. So you're going to take your circle and fold it in half. So you want to do all your circle folding before you do any gluing. It works out best, and it can kind of help you keep from messing up. So once you fold it in half like this, then you're going to always keep this fold line down or toward you. And then you're going to take this side and fold it over. Still keeping it the same direction with the opening now. See this opening part to your left. And then just set it on the table that way and go through all your circles, folding them that same way. So this fold here is toward me. Then I'm going to take this side and fold it over as evenly as you can. And you can kind of like start lining them up. That helps when you do crafts. It helps to have some kind of organization when you have a lot of things like that you're doing, because they have to be glued a certain way to turn out so that they fan out like this. I'll leave this here so you can see it. I just think it's the cutest thing. It looks complicated, but crafts that seem or look complicated really don't have to be if you get some kind of organization to help you. That's what I have to do for myself. It keeps me from messing up. Do you ever do a craft where you messed up and you had to tear it apart and start over? Actually, to be honest, I did that when I first made this one. I messed up at first and I didn't lay them right in an organized way, and I put the glue in a couple places in the wrong spot, and it didn't open up right, and I had to tear it apart and start over.
Well, that's okay. You know what Nolan told me the other day? I messed up on something, and he said, and Nolan's my son, by the way, he said, making mistakes is what makes you human.
Well, that's neat. That is true. It is true.
It is.
Sometimes we tend to kind of be hard on ourselves when we make a mistake, because maybe we're expecting more out of ourselves than we do. But you know, we're all human beings, just like Nolan said. And we all make mistakes. And the best thing for us to do is to learn from our mistakes and just start over and try again, and we'll eventually get it right.
Yeah, mistakes are how we learn.
Yeah, it's true. So once you fold all your 11 or 12 little circles like this in a row, and whatever, you're going to want to lay them out in the pattern of colors that you want for your umbrella. Looks like you've got a good collection of them there. I will probably go ahead and stop at this point with mine, and show you how to glue them. That is about the trickiest part, but if you have them laying correctly, it shouldn't be too hard to do that. That's what doing this together is helpful for. Let me make sure this is not in the way. Is seeing someone else do it not too fast so that you can kind of keep up. And you'll see that I have these, I forgot to mention, this is another idea to draw around for a size. And these paper clips, or even something like this type of clip, these can come in handy, things like, or even clothespins, those kind of things in your house that you have come in handy when you're doing crafts to, like, if you glue something and you want it to hold until it dries, you can slide a paper clip in there to hold it, or one of these kind of clips, or a clothespin or something, which I might need that, especially down toward the end. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you have them all sitting in the right direction. You're going to take your glue, open your first circle, sitting like this toward you. You're going to put your glue in one line from this corner, you can see from this direction, straight in the middle. I'll hold it up like this so you can see. The glue strip is going to be that direction on all of them. So you start with the first one and put that line from
Right,
the inside.
like this?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And then fold it over to glue it shut just on that line. So now you're holding your first one. You're gonna do yours, you wanna, that way you can,
This way?
yeah, that way. Then you're gonna take your glue and do the same thing on the outside, same direction. One line from the bottom corner to the outside, just like that. Yep. And then you're gonna take the next one, face it the same direction, where it opens like this, and you're gonna lay it directly on top, exactly. You don't wanna slide it around too much, or you will spread the glue underneath and you'll glue too much of an area. So you lay in that, hold it, open the pink one or whatever color you have, and then you're gonna make another glue line, just like this. And you're gonna do all of them like this. Glue that one shut, glue the next one, and put the next color same direction right on top. You're gonna just keep stacking them. Trying to make sure this lines up on this edge and also lines up down here, and they're still facing that right direction so I don't get confused. And then you want to double check sometimes to make sure you don't forget to put the glue on the inside. I did that when I made this. One of them I forgot, but it popped open on me and reminded me. Good job, Stacy.
Thank you.
And you don't have to be perfect. That's another thing about humans. We don't have to be perfect.
Nope. It's a good thing about crafting too. You can
Yes.
find ways to make it your own.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to experiment, play around.
Speaking of, what kind of crafts are you doing at your house? We would love to see examples. If you want to snap a picture of it and send it to us at the communication link that is in the description. The description with this video. Contact us, reach out to us, tell us some of the things you guys like to do as a family, some craft ideas that you have. Maybe send us a picture of what you made, and if you don't mind, we could even print that picture out and place it up here on our board and show those that watch the video what our watchers, our kids, you kids are making. So you can see it. We'll just put it up here and display it. I'd love to see what you're making. So as we glue all of these, it's fun. It can be time consuming, but it's relaxing. Doing crafts like this is actually, to me, very relaxing to do. And it's very educational. See, that popped open with glue on it, so it needs to stay closed. And here's an example of something you can do. You can use a little paper clip sometimes, just kind of hold it shut. How I did that, just for temporarily. So once you get them glued, I'm gonna move to a set that I made earlier. So I'm gonna take this set that's already dry. It might take only maybe 10 minutes. I would give it 10 minutes once you glue the last one. Just kind of hold it. You can even use something heavy once you glue them all together. Set it on it for maybe 10 minutes and it should hold fine. But I already have this one pre-glued. Do you have one pre-glued?
I do.
Ah, neat. So look at what happens. That is so neat. So what we're gonna do next, before we do anything else with this, we need to make a umbrella, what would you call that on the umbrella?
The handle, maybe.
Handle? And it's kind of shaped like a cane. Some umbrellas have like shaped like a cane. So as you can see, it does work better to wrap the paper around something like this. Otherwise, the paper can end up being too thick or too big. So, and you want some extra below it. I want to make a white one to match my pink and purple a little better. So what you're going to want to do is take your pre-cut skewer or chopstick, put it on your paper. Actually, it's probably better to just cut a piece off. I found that to be easier. I forgot about that part.
Cut the piece of the paper?
Yeah, it's probably better so you don't have to fool with the extra paper because it can make it too thick. Just cut off maybe about 2 inches of a strip long ways on your paper to where you have maybe about 2 inches or so.
Okay, so basically just enough to cover whatever size your stick is, to wrap it around it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then you can just put the extra aside. And then you can line up your stick right on the edge. It's best to put some glue on here. Start off. And then some glue for as you roll it to help hold it. There's some glue if you need it.
All right, thank you.
And so you start rolling it on this little stick as tightly and closely as you can so that it doesn't end up being too bulky and wide for your umbrella. And this extra hanging, so you can see there's extra here, you want that because that's the part that we're going to want to bend. So you just keep rolling it tight. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once you get it rolled kind of tight, you could actually, that's what I'm going to do, use a little piece of tape because you're really not going to be able to see it very well. It'll help kind of hold it closed in a couple spots to keep it shut. Just a couple pieces so it doesn't pop back open. And then this bottom part, you can kind of work it a little bit. Roll it. Just kind of twist it however you want. You can even twist it. And just kind of curl it up. You can put some glue in there too to help hold it. But then you have your stem or cane or whatever it is for your umbrella ready. Then the next thing you're going to do is take your umbrella, and as you can see, it's going to open this direction, and you're going to put glue on this edge right here only. So
think I'm just gonna make a straight stick. My paper ripped.
Oh, that's okay. There are umbrellas like that.
I'll make it that way.
So first you put it this way with the glue on the edge like that.
Okay.
Take your umbrella stick and you want to put it to where there's a little bit sticking up. And here's a little bit tricky but fun. And you're going to wrap it around as you spread it open. And see, this is the reason I wanted to make 12 circles, because with it being an even number, it allowed me to go from purple, pink, instead of two of the same color next to each other. 11 would have done that and made it uneven, so and it still looks good, even with 12. So you want to kind of hold that in place, and then do one more one-line stripe of glue between your two last colors. Bring them together, and here's a good time to use a paper clip. You want to check and make sure you didn't glue any shut that shouldn't have been. And just take your paper clip and slide it on there to hold it shut till it dries. And gather up your umbrella and kind of hold it together. That wasn't too hard, was it? I would love to see, or we would love to see how your umbrella turned out. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh, my stem didn't turn out too well right here. I'll have to work on it. But yeah, I love it. And then later, after it dries, you can just remove your paper clip and it should stay.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So eventually, here soon, we're going to get into some fall crafts. Since fall is coming soon.
Right around the corner.
Yes, and eventually we've got Halloween coming up next month. We're going to do some fun things that way. And then we got Thanksgiving and all these fun holidays and Christmas. I'd like to make some things like during, just before Christmas, I had some ideas of trying to come up with little craft things that kids can make that might make nice gifts to give out to family
That'll be
members.
nice.
Mm-hmm. I found that handmade, homemade things a lot of times have a deeper special meaning when you make something for somebody.
Yeah, because that time has been taken. They were thinking about you while you were making it.
Yes. Yes. I had a very special thing. My grandchildren visited me the other day, and they came in the house. The first thing they did when they came in my house was they presented me with these pictures that they colored and made, and that was so special to me as a nana when my grandkids make me things like that. It just about brought tears to my eyes how sweet that was. So,
very thoughtful.
when you kids make things for your family members and your grandparents and things, it really is special to them because they're keepsakes, and it's just very special.
All right.
Well,
We will see you guys next week. We hope you had fun today.
yes, we had fun.
So have a great week coming up, a good weekend, and we will see you next time.
See you later. Thanks for stopping by.